worn out. There's something.
Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, Reser Stadium, home to the Beavers, and you better get used to the sound of chainsaws as the fans here have been ready for this clash since early this morning. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Beavers will put total leather to crank us up. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Oregon's offense will take the first swing of the game. They've met in the so-called Toilet Bowl, and they've played to go to the Rose Bowl. It's run the gamut, but this one is always intense.
Yeah, Reese, I called that game back in 2009 where the winner was going to go to the Rose Bowl, and I had a chance to really feel the electricity and the excitement at Autzen Stadium that day. This really is a tremendous rivalry.
And even when a Rose Bowl isn't on the line, Oregon State just feels good. The in-state rivalry, the hate, it's always a good matchup.
Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Off the RPO, complete. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives them a chance. He makes this offense go.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Finds his tight end. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback tight.
Got some room into the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
That's all right.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road. You know, this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, they made a statement.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Oregon State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
That's so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double teamed.
And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive.
Let's see what they've got on second
They
down.
get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
On second down, looking again to throw. Amen. It's a lack. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit of a time to get to that first down marker. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Really impressed with how this team sees momentum, playing on the road in this hostile hostile environment. Their offense gets it first. They march down the field. They put up some points. And here's the defense now on their first drive, getting a critical sack on third down.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. They finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication is going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
And a really good job of the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get it stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Ducks have it in scoring position on first and goal. Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks. Follow the block. The offensive line will take it to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time racing requires a skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because his blocking was outstanding.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent are firing on all cylinders.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive. They need 3 yards on second down to move the change from the 25. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. At the 15, he's loose. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Beavers headed quickly to the line.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, your entire playbook is wide open.
Stops after making the catch.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
From the gun, the ground game. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter.
There is no.
Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. And the Beavers are moving quickly down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. The quick out. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
The Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Games been played for a long time. A lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about. emotion surrounding this game, this is easily one of the best rivalries in college football.
Eighth play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. The offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession win.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
There will be no return on this one as the ball now.
One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. On the move. Smashes through. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, Michael James, Kenyon Barnes, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right now.
How many first downs is that alone? Just on this drive, the defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Virginia Tech was far from the friendly confines of Lane Stadium, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean.
This lead in the half.
25 class and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big throw. I mean, go through the motions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Urlacher. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. The Beavers racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the ground with the back. At the 45 on its way. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Gonna let it fly. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game. And it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. And the Beavers will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll single for at the 25-yard line.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And oftentimes running backs love dropping this because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushing way upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lines.
Just trying to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete. The Beavers will send out the punt unit. Able to keep them from getting a return. It goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Going downfield for the big play. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. The toss sweep to the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get to it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Ducks will punt this one away. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catches, signal for, and made. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. This is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. The Beavers will hustle to the line.
They're trying to get to it.
He's going to pass on second down. And the pass is incomplete. Charged loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're pretty dumb. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Beavers will put it away on 4th down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They're getting down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's first down. He's going to pass. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. The Ducks slipped out with a close one the last time they squared off with the Beavers.
And they were sleepwalking a little bit in that game. They felt like on paper they matched up extremely well against their in-state rival. But, David, they got caught napping early. That can't happen again today.
And the Beavers don't care what their record is. They want a bite of Oregon every single year. They want to ruin their season. And last year they got so close, they're chomping at the bit for this win.
On second down, wants to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position with that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that they tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great.
Secret what he needs here.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Touchdown!
Well, he's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point for the offense to improve. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on.
Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it inside the 25. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They'll run the screen. Touchdown, Oregon State! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown again.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and all slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd.
Go with the rest possession.
Be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires into traffic, it's picked off.
I tell you what, as a quarterback, you gotta have a short memory. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be asked to do a lot, and he throws his first career interception. If I'm the coach on the sideline, listen, I'm bringing him over. This ain't going to be your last, big fella. Like, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Put it behind you. Next play.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to find his man on first down. He's going to let it go. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On second down, he's looking downfield. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends an interception for this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you throw it to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any.
Trying to beat the D deep. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. The Ducks line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, from Corvallis to Eugene, there are some ornery folks and some emotional fan bases in this always contentious battle between the Ducks and Beavers. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but then he also has the Jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon and Oregon State plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And he'll just take the knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind every position.
And it's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. You know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Here's the give off the left side. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Quick strike complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Missouri dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I'll tell you this. It sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. of the shotgun. They go to the ground.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting and
And he breaks into the open. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Beavers! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Play the analytics here, and you go for 2.
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipate.
And the defense gets to him and snuffs out the 2, and they will draw no closer here. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
And just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
No surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. Got enough space. Touchdown, Oregon! And the punishment has been extended. It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolled. The uniform always looks good. But Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Line gets set, first down. Running back searching for a hole. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Beavers come to the line with a new set of downs. Now they're going to throw it. He's got an open man. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
The give to the back. And he was able to pick up a few yards on the ground, and the clock has run out here in the third. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now.
And it's picked off. Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
The give to the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground.
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
On third down, going up top. Gets it out quickly. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down.
Touchdown, Ducks! And the beatdown has ensued. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
Leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short term, and he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
Just a short pass to the tight end.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like in this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Nifty little dance step. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He stopped at the 32-yard line, pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
How good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop.
And this is a weird move. They're sending out the field goal unit here. Smashes it between the uprights. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Going for the big play. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Beavers send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
First down for this offense. On the option. Now the pitch. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. It's not like when you get beaten up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. They'll go to the air. And the ball is picked off. Just Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They got it pushed down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Find space on the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
Going up top on first down. That's caught. It's Garrison. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And with that turnover, we come to the close of this game. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all season. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.